Having direct access to space is a privilege in Space Station 14 that not many people have. The only jobs that have access to external access by default are people like the captain, hop, security, salvage, and engineers. No one else has access to externals. I think paramedics lost access to externals as well. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, the amount of people who can go out into space with proper access without being given it is pretty low. So as a syndicate agent, if you're not in one of these job departments, you're going to have to be creative in your way of getting to space. Of course, syndicate agents can always just purchase explosives and blow things up, but blowing things up to just get into space is probably not the preferred method. I would heavily advise, though, that you do not use arrivals as a way of accessing space. It is a very easy way to get yourself deleted from the game. There is no indicator that the arrival shuttle is arriving, so if you use any of these doors and you hang out anywhere in this space, you might just get deleted from the game. So I'm just going to not even include arrivals as a way to access space, and I'm going to leave the area before I actually start the video. So we have moved to evac, and the external airlock is, well, locked to us, especially as somebody like a passenger. However, with just a wrench and a screwdriver at the minimum, we can easily get into space. Getting back in, though, might be a bit of a challenge without having the proper tools or materials, but if you're just that desperate to get out into space, you could set up a preemptive escape route. So, just to save materials, you can spend some time walking through the halls looking for a disposal unit. Doesn't really matter where it comes from, especially if you're an antagonist, you really do not need to care about what you're breaking in order to do something like this. So I can move my disposal unit up to this window like so, anchor it in place, and the reason why I say you need a screwdriver, which you technically don't, is so you can get some free steel from chairs laying around. You only need 4 pieces of steel to actually get into space. And then all you have to do is build a trunk facing that direction and a pipe going through the window. And you just stand as close as you can, build the pipes, put yourself in the disposal unit, then you click the flush button, and there you go. Obviously, you can set this up in a way much better than killing yourself, but that is a way to get into space with only 4 pieces of steel and a wrench. The second option you have to get into space without insulated gloves is dismantle the APC that controls the doors. So this one specifically departures APC. So all you need to dismantle an APC is a screwdriver and a crowbar. You do not need insulated gloves, and you could tear it apart within like 5 seconds. So that's all it takes, and now I can go over to evac and crowbar the door. It is really that simple. The third option is definitely just a hacking option. All you need is insulated gloves, a screwdriver, multi-tool, or wire cutter, and then you just pulse the wires until you turn the power off on the external doors. There's nothing you have to unweld or anything, so you don't need welding protection. So realistically, hacking these external doors is actually rather easy. And you can snip the wires if you want it to remain open rather than having to pulse it. Really depends on the stealth element you're trying to go for and depending on how obvious you want to make it leaving the station. And finally, the easiest and cheapest method is you just find an escape pod, and the only thing you need is a wrench and obviously EVA, and you just unwrench the thruster, grab it, move through it, and if you're trying to keep the thruster in place, just press H to drop it so you don't drag it away, and you can re-wrench it, completely hiding the fact that you went this route. And you also don't mess up the escape pod doing this. Yeah, this is definitely the cheapest method. You could do it very quickly. It's way faster than hacking a door. It's faster than any of the other methods I put in here. And you could completely 100% hide that you went that route. So this is definitely common. You'll pretty much see unanchored thrusters on the escape pods every single shift. Other than that, these are pretty much the easiest methods of actually getting into spaces. Dismantling the APCs, hacking doors, break the doors, I guess, but I'm not going to show how to break a door. You just hit it. And yeah, using escape pods and unanchoring the thrusters. Thank you for watching.